Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, man.
We're already dropping things here. The clumsiest guest. Bandage. Your name?
Yeah,
Is your bandage?
my real name.
Where'd you get that from?
Honestly, the first day I saw a dead body, before I even started paramedics, they have the right to shoot you and kill you.
We call that apartheid.
We call that apartheid.
Detached
Kind of. I'm not. I won't say that I'm a psychopath fully.
Yeah.
But like fully.
Welcome back to another familiar episode. We're already dropping things here. I don't know what I think about this guest anymore, dude. It's been
Got this. I got this.
the clumsiest guest.
Dude almost
I just
dropped the
started.
mic. Bro.
Dude, give me 10 seconds first. Yeah. Here. Okay.
Proper position. So, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here, man. I'm very excited.
I'm gonna try that again. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with you today, but
Yeah, what is wrong with you?
Nothing's wrong with me. This guy told me that there's a podcast and I just walked in. I don't know. What do you guys do here?
are you serious? I don't know why the hell you guys are laughing, but anyway, I had a list of questions prepared, but I
Nice.
don't even know how to get there anymore.
Got to figure it out.
I'm not going to drop anything. I'll behave.
Okay,
We can start.
good.
We can start.
Before I drop you, because this is episode 195, and we're trying to make this a special one.
Thanks.
So if we can move on, that was the intro, I guess. So bandage, your name
Yeah.
is your bandage?
My real name. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Where'd you get that from?
Wait, that's. Come on. My mom named me that. It's a little bit personal.
Bandage.
Yeah.
Like it adhesive bandage.
Adhesive band-aid.
Oh.
So, a band-aid.
This guy's going to give me a lecture on band-aids, bro.
No, a
That was
bandage
funny.
is basic. So, a band-aid is an adhesive bandage. You're right.
Okay.
A band-aid is a trade name. Bandage is a generic name.
Okay.
You got it? Okay.
Actually, never
My mom
thought
told
about
me
that
that.
differentiation
I know,
before, but
I know.
I guess we always learn something.
Band-aid is
on-
just a trade name. That's not the actual name for it.
Huh.
Yeah. Because my logo is a band-aid.
Yeah,
People are like, why is your logo a band-aid? I'm like, no, that's an adhesive bandage. Makes sense.
it makes a lot of sense, actually.
know.
Well, the name is It's Bandage.
Yeah.
He's all over social media.
Oh,
He's very well known for making funny videos and skits of his life, for the most part. He does a lot of things with his friends that include medicine, and he wraps humor into that. It's kind of glorious to watch.
Jumps off of bridges.
well, that was today.
That was today, actually. Dude, impressive, by the way, because,
Thanks.
you know, I sometimes can shit my pants watching this stuff. But, God, dude. What's up with your phone?
How am I supposed to know that that's
That
going
was
to
the
happen?
that was a weird buzz. guys, this is the buzz. You know how iPhones just go This one was like I'm like, all right,
It was on the
Zaid.
magazine, dude.
Okay, Zaid. Oh yeah.
Yeah, what's funny is that you told me to take it off the table because
Yeah.
it was going to buzz. And
Literally in a
started
buzz.
buzzing.
Didn't know the magazine was louder. But yeah, it's Bandage. He is a fan collector, is what I call him. You know, he has a lot of fans out there that won't leave him alone.
What do you mean?
And to my surprise, you were actually more well known than I thought.
Oh, he's very well known.
Yeah.
A fan collector? What do you mean?
You collect fans.
You collect people who like you.
I've seen a lot of fan pages of you.
Really?
Yeah,
only
that's how
seen-
you kind of know you made
only
it.
seen
Bro.
Oh, that's
three.
what you mean.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
fan collector.
Yeah.
I mean, we all start off with
It's
one
always
only
weird, yeah.
fan, and then
Did you
That's
get
the next
multiple
step.
OnlyFans?
step.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what the hell is up with you dropping everything, but I don't appreciate the fact that you had to just come in here and start touching the equipment.
It
I just
touched me.
I'm the type of person that really likes to just be upfront about everything. And the fact that you did that really pisses me off. I just had to put that out there. So
It's against
What-
protocol, man.
Wait, you're serious?
100% serious. Yeah, why?
Okay. No problem.
Hmm.
It's okay.
This guy, bro. You know what? Get the fuck off. Get the fuck off my show. No, it's not even funny, bro. Get the fuck off my show. I'm dead serious. I'm fucking dead serious. I don't know why the hell you're laughing, Zaid.
Because I touched the mic.
Stop touching my goddamn.
I can't, bro. You know, as much as I wanted to do this, I know I can't because I grew up with this fucker. And
Yeah, you know him.
we are
Oh,
He's just
the
fucking
type
around
of
with you
person. So I'm gonna introduce you properly, actually.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, you're
Finally.
very welcome.
Not as fucking band.
Actually, that
So-
was a good introduction.
Was it?
I kind of liked it. Yeah.
All right, sweet.
I loved it.
Okay, we were kidding. We were definitely messing around. It's Bandage. He is my cousin, actually. He is Ibn Ammi, as we call him. And
My Ibrahim.
yeah, my Ibn Am, bro.
Yeah.
Welcome, dude. He's been
My
sleeping on my
homie.
bed. How great of a guest am I?
You guys been
know.
sleeping together or what?
No, not
not?
together. I
No.
said on my bed. I did not say together.
I know,
So
but
it's
you're
just on
cousins,
his
right?
bed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know what they say about cousins?
Actually,
What?
technically in the Middle East,
They're the first ones you
cousins
marry.
get married all the time. That's fine.
Oh man. So me, do you want me to say your real name?
That is oh, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So, guys, his name is.
Wait, let Zaid say it.
Okay, fine. You say it.
I don't know your full name. He has to say your full
No, not the phone, just the first.
The full name.
Mahmoud.
Seriously?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
Mohsin. I know it's Mohsin, bro.
Okay. Because people call me Mohsin, Bussin, Mushan,
Well-
whatever.
Mohsin,
Mohsin,
because he's only bussin'. That's why.
Mohsin, Bussin.
Dude, so Mohsin is my cousin actually, and we go way back.
Unfortunately.
Me and him are the original team behind filmmaking and things like that.
How old are you?
We were
27, he's 28. He's 1 year older
yeah,
than
I'm
me.
a year older than him,
Yeah.
so it makes sense that we're kind of like like-minded and all that good stuff.
Do you want to tell him how we
together?
started? Do
Yeah, we're both funny.
you want to tell him how we started together?
Oh, dude,
Together.
how we started.
That's so funny.
For anyone that knows me, they know that I had been to Qatar and I lived there for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. And during that time, I
2
wasn't
years?
going to school. Yeah,
Thought it was a couple of months.
no, dude,
Really? Okay.
it was a year and a half.
Wow.
But in and out of there, if you remember, we were taking trips to Saudi.
Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
we were coming back.
Yeah.
My uncle Ahmed at Al Jazeera, he had a camera on him. It was a camcorder.
It was like a
It was a very
professional
it was a
camera.
professional Sony.
I don't know.
I don't know
It
X.
was like a big, good looking
Some-
camera.
It was just
Right.
badass.
Yeah.
Really badass. It had like an insane lens, and we were just like, you know what? Let's use this, and he let us use it.
He gave it to us. We were like, what, 15 years old?
15, 16.
15, 16?
Yeah.
He like trusted us with it.
He's
How
like,
much did it cost back then?
I don't know. It
dude,
was,
a couple
it was
G's.
expensive.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
G's for sure.
He just gave it to us and it was like, here. figure it
Yeah.
out.
So of course we didn't know what the hell we were doing at all, in terms of camera, right? So we would take this thing out, and mind you, it's like 118 degrees, and we're out in Doha. Just,
We loved it.
dude, we were thriving. All right,
We
just
loved it.
spilling sweat everywhere, and just
Yeah.
coming up with like scenarios and scenes.
The good old times.
We ended up coming up with a idea about a 1 real. All right.
Actually, I wanted to play it here and then see your reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I want to see it again because the last time I saw it was like,
Dude, I'm down.
5,
I will show it
7
to you.
years ago.
It's on my oldest hard drive. I've
Dude, I
come
really
a
wanna
long
see it.
way in hard drives.
I might post it on Instagram.
So I need to find, yeah.
Depends how good it is.
That would be ultra fun for the audience, I
Yeah,
think.
I don't know if I want to, but
Dude, but
It was funny.
it really shaped us, and it taught us that we know what our passion is, in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we don't know like exactly what niche, but we knew that we liked acting, production, going out, location scouting, and just action. And
yeah.
you
We
know,
were supposed to go on a family trip. Okay, so my other uncle was like, listen, we were using our Nokia phones
yes,
back in the day. We discovered a mode where
Solid.
you can take a video of something, pause, like for example, take a video of a cup on a table, pause, remove the cup, then unpause.
Oh, really?
The cup's not there. And
What
we're
a
like,
trip.
oh my God, like we discovered that. And then we used to make like silly videos like that. And then my other uncle was like, okay, for the family trip, why don't you guys make a video for us, for the whole family?
Mm.
And we're Palestinians. So like we have 17,000 cousins, 13 uncles and aunts.
about.
That's
yeah.
a minimum, yeah.
So for all the family to watch something we produce together,
Yeah,
we're like, okay, let's do
That's
this.
super cool.
Yeah.
dude.
And then my other uncle gave us the camera and we started, yeah, that's when we knew that we love this.
Yeah, honestly. There was a specific scene we shot before the second movie where We were fighting each other. All right. And what's to our surprise, okay, my dad's a graphic designer. I didn't know he had like much camera skill when it came to video.
Oh.
But we
yeah,
had
it
him
was good.
shoot it, remember?
It was actually good. Yeah,
Yeah, we were like, okay, I'm actually in this now, and he's in it. So we need someone to hold the camera, and it's action. So we're not gonna hold it still, you know. This has to be
Exactly. It had
shoulder
some
rigged.
common
It's like
sense.
Jason Statham
Dude, it was
versus
so-
Dude, it was
I
epic.
forgot about that.
Yeah, it was epic. Honestly, we even like messed around with VFX, so that like kind of built my editing. See what editing was about, like
You're editing on Premiere. I think.
Premiere and After Effects. Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
And
Wow.
back in the day, bro. So if anyone is familiar with the layout today, when I was 16, Premiere Pro looked like Windows Explorer 98. Like it was
When was that?
terrible.
2000.
2011.
11?
2011.
Wow.
I always think 2011, 13,
like 2 years
14,
ago.
15. Yeah, exactly. It's so weird. And then
Yeah.
you're like, yo, it's 10 plus years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
We
Measure
were
it.
so young back then.
We're almost to 2030. We're closer to 2030.
We used to record videos for hours, for like 10 hours maybe. And we just never,
Every day?
not every day, but like,
We'd plan it out because he had school. I was mainly off, and my scheduling, like I was really bored during that time because of like I would just wait for them to be available.
Mm.
There's nothing to do in Doha really besides eat. And if you eat
Yeah.
alone, it's really lonely and you don't want to eat. You know?
it's too hot.
It's too hot. You don't want to. There has to be purpose for you to leave the house. You know, it better be worth it.
Yeah, so time would pass. We'd spend 10 hours. We don't even like think of eating or something like that. Just like constant recording. And that's
That's how you know
when
the-
I knew
the
that
love
I
was there.
loved it.
Yeah,
Absolutely loved it.
And look, what's
both
crazy
did.
is like, look, we measure this in like 12 years. Look what we've done now, right? We're on camera.
Yeah.
We know how to edit. Like
It
we're-
comes
We're
full
big
circle,
chillin'.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's who do we thank for that? You know?
I'm
Now, here's the question.
Yeah.
Ahmed.
Did you love it when you were immediately introduced to it, or did you love it after building up a few weeks of use?
Well, obviously, like we kind of like we thought it would be fun to begin with.
Yeah, for sure.
I think when you're more of a kid, you don't really know that there's a direction here. You just feel like
a new toy and
It's
you
like
just wanna
playing hide
explore
and
it.
seek. Oh, you want to film a movie? Yeah. You know,
You're just
and we
doing
did it. Yeah, we made 2, which is surprising because that taught me that I like cinematography more. I like
Two
storytelling.
good, like, I don't want to say good, but like full on movie.
Dude,
like
you're
an
talking
intro,
about someone
outro.
that doesn't know anything at all from camera to like I've had some acting experience because of like learning centers and I've been through school
Oh, yeah?
here before.
Before. Okay.
Yeah, like as I was a kid. And
Nice. I
stuff.
got nothing.
But
I got myself.
like to see that, and now we're here. I'm like, we look at the original movies we made, and I look at some other people's original movies we made, and I'm like, dude, this is definitely on some sort of tier for beginners. You know, we did fairly well. Like we have VFX,
Yeah.
all that good stuff, and we did the acting ourselves. Like we even,
That's when we discovered that audiences are actually smart.
yeah,
I don't know if you remember.
yeah.
Like one scene, I had a jacket on, the other scene, and we're like, no one will notice that. It's fine.
Yeah.
And everyone
And everybody's
noticed it.
like, what happened to the jacket?
Yeah, what happened to the
I'm like,
jacket? Literally.
what?
Or like we were running, and during that run, it turned to night, and all of a sudden it went back to day, and you're like, what the hell happened?
It's like,
We're
yeah,
like,
one thing you brought
VSA,
up.
we're like, no one's gonna notice
yeah.
that.
We didn't have time to film
Everyone
it.
does,
Yeah.
dude.
Everybody's like, what happened there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
But it
fun.
taught us a
a
lot.
lot of learning curves.
Yeah, it taught us a lot. And then now to see him doing like a bunch of paramedic videos and
Thanks, and you
seeing
too,
only
man.
like I've
You're
seen you
killing it.
progress throughout from when you used to live in Doha all the way up until you moved. Now
Back to
you're in
Vancouver,
Canada.
yeah.
Yeah, you're in Vancouver now. So tell us about that journey. Like, what
Moving
was that
back?
like? You know, I know it's probably 2 separate lives. I talk about it all the time. Like my life in Doha my mentality was completely different than when I went back.
I don't know in what aspect. Like,
Challenges. Did you face any?
it's just routine in Qatar.
yeah.
You know your limit. You know what you do every day. You got like 5 friends you hang out with, and that's it.
Yeah.
You can't really branch out. You always have a limit.
Hmm.
Well, then what was it like, at least culture shock wise, going from there to
There was-
Vancouver? Was that right?
I mean, most of your family's Canadian anyway, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, my
say-
mom's Canadian.
Okay.
I did kind of grow up here. Like I left when I was 9, I guess. Whatever.
All right.
So, but yeah, there's still a lot of things that I'm not used to, like drinking. I don't drink at all.
Oh, so
I'm not used to
it
that.
being such a social
Yeah,
activity.
yeah. So I'm like, everyone drinks everyone. Like, can we just
All the
hang
time.
out
yeah,
without drink? Like, that's kind of impossible in Canada.
yeah.
Probably here as well.
I would expect you to be like, "Oh, you want to drink? Yeah, sure." And you're expecting like
Yeah,
water. Or something.
it's like so common. And I can see that because I'm a paramedic. I don't know if you said that. I'm an advanced paramedic. I can see that with my patients. Because like in Qatar, I mean, you can drink in Qatar, but it's only in like specific areas in like 5-star hotels and stuff. So it's not as common as here, obviously.
Yeah.
So most of your patients are 100% alert. If you see someone with like decreased mental state or something like that, you're like, okay, this guy's actually sick or diabetic or something like that. But in Canada, oh yeah, it's fine. Like 40% of my patients, I would say, are like, you can't really talk to them.
Damn.
Yeah.
Because they're just
That's
drunk.
a big
They're
change.
just drunk, overdose, some drugs involved. I don't know if it's 40, but it's like a big rate. So the change is different. So I've worked in Qatar for like 3 years. I've never given Narcan ever. No one needs Narcan.
But in Canada, it's like
In Canada, they give it away for everybody to give. Like, they give out injections everywhere. That's how bad it is. Because it literally saved lives, and you just see overdose patients everywhere. And
yeah.
Damn, dude.
Does that impact you mentally? Seeing all kinds of different stuff like that?
Yeah, kind of like it.
You're just like, you probably have the mentality of glad that's not me.
Yeah, no, not like, honestly, if I see on a lot of deaths and stuff like that, blood, whatever. I don't know, if I didn't cause that, then it doesn't really matter.
So you're detached. You're good at detaching
Kind of,
from the...
kind of. I won't say that I'm a psychopath fully.
Yeah.
but like,
Fully.
But like, yeah, maybe when it comes to kids a little bit, because you're not gonna get a kid alone.
Yeah.
There's always family involved, people crying, people nervous. So that's when sometimes it might get to you just because I have younger brothers and siblings, you know? But
Yeah.
I feel like it takes a
Otherwise-
specific personality for that.
It takes a lot of training, I would assume.
I don't know.
Emotional
Honestly,
training.
the first day I saw a dead body before I even started paramedicine. I've never spoken about this. So when I was in high school, one of my dad's friends told me about this paramedicine thing. I was like, I don't know. Like I've never thought of paramedicine. I've always loved medicine. But then I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to study for like 9 years, and it's just too much. And I don't know if I'm even committed. So he told me about paramedicine. I was like, okay, that sounds interesting. So I did a couple of orientation shifts. So I'm just riding along with the paramedics. My first day, I've seen a dead body. And the paramedic was like, yeah, this is just a dead body. So it's just like stiff. And this is how you know that it's stiff. And he was like kind of teaching me. And I didn't mind it at all. I don't know. Kind of felt like a mannequin.
Interesting.
It's weird. It is weird.
So when a body doesn't have a soul, it just feels different, maybe.
It didn't feel any different to me.
What the hell?
And then I started killing animals. No, just kidding.
Guaranteed
right, we're gonna end it there.
psychopathic mentality over here.
No, I'm just kidding. So, again, maybe if there's a lot of family involved, you feel like, okay, there was a human here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But otherwise, all you think of as a paramedic, you've got a problem, you got to fix it. So what happened? What kind of medication should I give? How should I? That's all you're thinking about. But then, like one of the cases I got, a patient, he was, I forgot what the injury was, but it was like a very critical patient. It was a car accident. We took him inside the ambulance. He was barely alive anyways. We tried giving him medications and whatever. He died. Okay. After he died, okay, so we tried CPR, everything. Didn't work out. Reached the hospital, put him on his bed. And then I was just doing my documentation and all that. And then a person came, was like, do you know where that person was? I'm like, yeah, room 5. He just went there. He looked at me. I was like, he's dead? I was like, shit, that's a family member. And he didn't know he was dead. And I just told him, yeah, go check. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so then I kind of like woke up. I was like, shoot. It's weird because you have to kind of be like that for you to survive and not,
But I get it because you're not dealing with family members of patients usually, right? Like
we do. But even then, you got to like just forget about it. So after every case, we just like me and my partner, whoever that partner is, we just like have dark jokes, not about the patient especially, but just like very dark things about the scene or, some things that we should just like, exactly.
It's a way to cope.
It's a coping mechanism, something to think, just think about something else. And it works out fine, mostly. But then I've heard a lot of other paramedics that are kind of like me. They don't care about. I obviously do care, but like it doesn't really bother them when they go home. And then after like a few years, they kind of feel like they're getting aggressive. That's when their wife, probably if they're married or somebody very close to them, kind of realize, okay, you're kind of changing now. There's something wrong with you.
It adds up over time.
Yeah, and it's hard for you to realize it, but then other people that are close to you kind of like point it out.
Can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing I can kind of like relate to is the desensitization from the videos you watch, like cartel videos, people getting their heads chopped off,
love
getting
that stuff,
stabbed in
love
the
it?
face. Yeah, you know, like I come across it like accidentally. I feel like it just makes its way to me because so I've noticed like a lot of like, you know, if I'm sometimes my brain will think of things and I'm like, why are you thinking of that? You know, you don't
Because you
realize
watch
that
some
you've
of these
normalized it for yourself. Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, same way. Grand Theft Auto really puts you in a mood, bro.
It does.
You know, like today I'm gonna kill only chicks. You know, and then like you start looking for every fat woman or something and just kill. But like you make up little games for yourself, you know. But it's just like, why was I in that mood? Must
Does
be
it change your mood?
I think it's something that you input, really.
Like after watching a movie like that, would it change your mood? I don't think you'll be aggressive. It's
I
just
won't be
like-
aggressive, but it'll change my mood. I'll be sad or whatever the case
Yeah.
is. You know.
Okay.
Like for example, if you've watched Nocturnal Animals, you've seen it.
I remember that, yeah.
Remember when they like throw him off the road of the highway, and then they take his wife and daughter after beating the crap out of him, and then he finds them after a couple of days, and the police weren't helping, and then he finds them dead, and then the police were like they were raped too, and all this stuff. So he had to go through all that while they were just on a family trip. So once I saw that scene and the movie ended and all that, I was like, dude, that was like torture, you know? That was torture in a way. But I think it's also the way it's given to you. It's like through music and visual.
Then you just
Yeah.
quickly forget about it. I mean, I'm sure
And
something.
you know that
Of
it's
course,
fake
yeah. But
and
for
it's
the
not-
night, like you'll wake up, you'll be fine. But for the night, you're like,
It's not like you've just had a PTSD experience and like
no, not
war.
at all. PTSD is crazy.
If it's a true story, maybe.
Yeah.
Does it get to you sometimes?
PTSD is more like the gnarly car accident I had in like 5th grade. When
Oh,
you
really?
remember every detail, like even what the paramedic was asking you, you know? So for a while, you're like either scared to be in the front seat or you're like, you just don't
Yeah,
want
I
to
know a
drive
lot
to
of
certain
people like
people,
that.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you get over it. You're like, okay, that was PTSD, but somehow you got over it, you know?
Yeah.
Because
You got over it?
No, not even, dude. I just realized now that I think about it. I drive most of the time. I don't like people driving.
Yeah, that's just like my mom. She had a very terrible accident when she was young, and it's just very hard for her to be on the
Because if
passenger.
I'm in control and then I messed up, then that's my problem.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to be like, I'm getting messed up because of someone else's dumbass, you know?
No, it's totally understandable.
Yeah. So I think that's where it did. I lost a lot of blood that day, which is, I think that's what kind of made me be like, oh, damn, you almost died.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Never
This
told me that
is fifth
story. Wow.
grade. 5th grade.
Okay.
It's pretty cool. Nice experience.
I always have like this this standard question for people in your field, like, what's the craziest thing you've experienced? If you want to share that
Ask
info.
me that.
Yeah,
I don't know,
everybody.
man.
Because it's just the
I
it's
heard
the
that,
top
like,
of mind
obviously,
question,
yeah,
bro.
everyone hates it. Like, paramedics hate that
I don't
question.
hate it, but it's just like very broad. Like, kind of, I don't know.
Okay, what?
We've just seen.
I
a lot
know
of shit.
that we are all uniquely created and we have memorabilia of different things. So what are some memories that stick to you from paramedicine? Like one story that kind of
I
just
don't
like...
know. Yeah, maybe like the worst death probably that I've seen. Do you want to hear
Sure.
that?
if
Okay,
you can-
what about,
yeah.
yeah, either that or something that made you go like a little bit numb or like made you actually affected, you know?
Okay, that's maybe a different story. I have many. I don't know which one. Okay,
Damn.
maybe the worst.
I
The
like
worst
this.
death.
The worst death.
Maybe the worst death. But like, I don't
How
know.
about this? We'll do the worst death and then we'll do the weirdest request death
Request death.
or sorry,
What is
the
this?
weirdest
What do you-
request for a call, I guess.
Oh, those are stupid. Okay.
So
I'm
that
sure
we
there's
have,
a lot of
we have
stupid
one
stuff.
really sad one and one that's like, are you serious?
And a funny one.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay, sad one. One of the things that I'll never do. I've always loved to be to ride motorbikes. Always. Not after becoming a paramedic. After I became a paramedic, I'm like, nope, never. Because they wear their helmets. Their heads are perfectly fine after any accident. But then everything else is just broken. So I'm like, how is that worth it? And from any bump, whatever, you just like fly and then poof, crash. So it's not worth it at all. One of the patients that I've got, they called very late. So we reached like late. So anyways, the person was driving. He hit something. He flew. His left side of his body hit a pole. And that pole cut off his left arm and leg. That's not it. And then he dropped into a sea. So he drowned and bled to death.
Oh,
That was so painful. I haven't seen it. I've seen the aftermath. But I was just looking at him, and he was like so far in the middle of this. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna, like, it's so far. We couldn't swim that far. So I had to call the police. I had to come and bring a boat. And it was just
It's a crime
too
scene
late
at
for
that
that. Yeah, it was too late for that. But it was just, I was looking at that poor patient. I was like, man, that was very, very painful.
risk to reward ratio is not worth it.
The reason why I didn't speak about this, but I wanted to speak about it on my channel is because today I posted a video of me bungee jumping. The reason why that's kind of like something I really wanted to do and then go up to skydiving is because I've seen a person fall from the sky, like his parachute didn't work, and then just like free fall.
How far away was he?
So me and my paramedic friends, we were on the job working, okay, and we were at an area where there was a lot of just bungee jumping, a lot of outdoor activities, and then one person, there was just a lot of parachutes in the background, right? And then one parachute was kind of like going back and forth in like a very weird motion. So it kind of caught my eye, and then the parachute went under him, and then free fall after that. So I was like, guys, let's go. And we were like maybe 5 paramedics. We all got into our ambulances. We started driving. I called our dispatch and told them that we're going to have a patient in like 5 seconds or like 10 seconds. I've never done that. I don't know if anybody did that. Like you're calling before something happened. It's
just unusual.
And then I did request for a helicopter as well. Because if this person did survive that, then
immediately
it's 100% critical. It's very, very critical. They need to be at the hospital like yesterday. You know? So it took us, like we knew where the patient dropped, but we didn't know where exactly because it was kind of far. So it took us maybe 5-10 minutes to reach. We had to even jump a fence. It was just like a scene of a movie. And then we reached the patient, was all tangled in his parachute. So we had to like cut all the ropes and stuff. And then he was prone, like face down. His back had like a bump. Should I go into detail about this?
Yeah, you can.
Go.
Really?
Go. Yeah, it's fine.
So we tried to roll him onto his back so I can see if see the patient, see his face. Yeah, his skull was smashed, his chest was, everything was. I'm just like, no, he's dead. 100%
Like,
dead.
is there anyone who can survive that?
No,
Just
unless
a free
you're
fall
in
from
the water. That's the only one out of like 400.
It
Only
was
one person
probably
survived.
at least 100-meter fall, like at least.
I've heard
If it's
water's
not.
even worse.
It
water.
depends on how you
It depends
fall.
on how you fall.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gives you a slap, but yeah, you have a better chance. Of
Wow.
falling in the
Yeah.
water. Yeah. So stuff like that itself, as weird as it is, doesn't really hurt me. But it's when you see his friends, and then people around them keep coming and then crying, and that's when I'm like, okay, so shit, he's actually.
you're just
human being.
surrounded by
'Cause
trauma.
Before that, I'm just thinking, okay, I'm like, again, there's a problem. How would I fix this? That's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
And then after that, you've been like,
Every time I hear of a situation like that, you know what I think of? I think of all the cool people in the world, right? You know, cool people roam the earth thinking that they're cool as hell, right? But then, no. But then
fucking
when a
cool
serious
guys.
situation, like for example, his
Oh,
best
yeah, I
friend
get it.
dies, how is he going to act?
He's not gonna
Everyone
act
acts the
cool.
same,
sobbing
bro.
in the
You
corner,
can't
yeah.
even control it,
Yeah.
right? And that's the part of humanity that we try to reach, at least in this podcast.
dude, I've had a call once
Insane.
that was right next to my grandmother's house. Dude, I was shaking like crazy. I thought my grandmother actually called the ambulance.
Oh,
So just going to the call, I was just like, I don't think I could handle this.
yeah.
I've seen so many patients, probably more than 1,000
At
by
that
now.
point, yeah.
But just seeing your family member, somebody you care about in need, or
Changes the
Yeah,
narrative,
it's just
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it. It's just weird. If it's very close to your heart, then it's
Yeah.
A little bit of a tangent outside of like work, and then are you in cinematography the same as him to like the same degree?
No,
or?
I'm more of a content creator. Like I
Okay.
focus on ideas. I try to make. I don't know. I talk about my life. So I talk about not my life. Talk about my work, paramedicine, and then I talk about some I don't know, humanitarian issues, and then some, I don't know, a lot of jokes and whatever.
Yeah.
And more content than videography. And SAIED is way better in like, you know, the lighting and editing and all that. Like he's very technical.
Yeah.
which is
So, I mean, being a
but when it comes to content creation, it's kind of dumb. I got that.
Thank you so much.
do you tend to have like an unbelievable amount of ideas flowing through your head at all
100%,
times?
100%.
Do you-
think,
We're the same type of
do you have ADHD?
Yeah, I have ADHD for sure.
I kind of, well, like I did speak to a doctor once. He did tell me you probably do have it, but I haven't gone through like the testing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a big chance I do have it. Everybody
Yeah,
has it.
I don't. I haven't been tested, but it's just like I have the signs that.
But
show,
it's just like, I'm creating content
Hyperactive.
every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like I have.
Well, think about it. Our life together. Like if we're spending the day
Oh my
together,
God,
it's
yeah.
like, oh my God, write it down. Write it down. You know,
Every
those
joke
type
we
of-
have, we're like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
okay.
a good video.
That's a good video.
That's a good video.
And then we build on it, and then we're like, yeah.
And
okay,
we're just
well,
living. Like we're just like
That's how it is.
LMAO munching. You know, like
Yeah,
whatever.
my notes. I just have like so many ideas.
That's how you know we're family, bro. It runs in the family,
Yeah.
100%. Comedy, entertainment, like I would say art skill.
Kind of, yeah. Graphic
runs in the family, dude.
designers, some artists.
Dude,
yeah.
we have a cinematographer cousin. We have another one right here.
Mm-hmm.
You have
It's in the
content
genes.
We have a bunch
Telling
of
you.
designers. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a people in
Graphic designers. We've got some.
media, journaling, and
No one's doing anything cool. Like no one's a doctor or like an engineer.
traditional
or,
cool, I guess.
Yeah.
We all figure it
that's
out for
crazy.
ourselves, bro.
I know.
We're trying to, you
That's
know,
weird.
break some sort
What
of
about
chain.
your family, loser?
I don't have family.
How's
I'm an
your
orphan.
Oh, shit.
Nah,
sorry.
bro. ZAID is fam now. Bro, what the hell are you
You're
talking
my
about?
family.
Yeah.
You didn't actually believe I was an orphan, right?
It's my third.
You are?
No.
Okay.
Scared the shit
It
out.
always gets weird. Okay.
So, okay, do you battle with the fact that you have so many ideas flowing through your head? Do you battle or struggle with
Focus.
focusing on one idea and then producing it?
Content creation wise, no.
Okay.
Studying, yes.
Hmm.
I used to be the biggest nerd in the world, but by nerd I mean like I used to study every single day. I used to like live in the library
Bro, I used to hit him up, be like, yo, we're going here. He was like, I'm studying.
because
Like, I'm reading
I
Plato.
want to be nerd.
Yeah.
Like I want to know everything, but I just can't because first of all, it's very hard to focus, and it's very hard for me to. My memory sucks, very bad. Like I know a lot of like diseases, a lot of medications, a lot of stuff, but then I forget what they're called. Like I forget. If you tell me what it is, I probably know. But then it's just like my memory is very bad, and so I study all the time, but then my grades are like super average, and you know, and it's just like
Interesting.
it's
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, and I never taken any medications for it, or I guess maybe I should have when I was young, but. I don't know.
Well, I think you're just, I don't know. ADHD is.
I think
feel
you're
like
just a guy, to be honest. Like, we just all have ADHD.
It's
Everybody-
excitement. It's excitement to get somewhere. That's what I call it, man. That's what ADHD is, because you want to do so much and it's at the end of the day the same goal.
People
right?
throw that term a lot, though. People
yeah,
just
just like depression
if you're
in
not,
my eyes.
Exactly.
You know, depression.
If I can't focus, I've got to like. Come on, that's
You know,
it.
I feel sad. I'm depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold the hell on. Like we need to redefine the levels
Exactly.
before we even.
For you to be able to be depressed, you need a bunch of symptoms. I think it's like more than 10 symptoms, and you
Yeah.
need to have them every single day for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what a depressed person is. You might be sad. It's not depressed. You might just watch the stupid
Yeah.
movie. You're not depressed.
I started shifting that when
Yeah.
I say it to people.
Exactly.
I'd be like, I've been sad for
Everybody
the
on
past
TikTok
couple
is
of days.
depressed. Everyone.
That's different. It really affects me too. You know, if I go, yeah, I've been depressed lately. That's like such a. When I was growing up, I knew one
such
depressed.
a big of a word.
I knew one actually depressed person. Like he
Oh,
was like miserable all the time. It was more than 2 weeks. It was 10 years,
Mm.
right? So he's my measuring scale for like what depression. I swear to
That
God.
If you
Or
look like
soul.
him, then you're depressed.
Yeah, it's not even look like him. It's like, dude, the guy was just like, he would sincerely try.
But
You
he
know?
can't. He's
But he
like,
can't.
Yeah.
Like, he's just-
Yeah. I know a
So-
couple of, yeah.
So when
get
I
it.
hear people like just throwing it out there,
Exactly.
depression,
Put some
depression
weight in
season.
that
What do you
word.
mean depression season?
Well, here's the thing. People build in an identity around it, too. That's the scary
That's true.
part.
That's true.
And then eventually you just become that person who's depressed,
Yeah.
which
Know
is
the
tragic.
difference, Are you extremely sad for your period of time, or are you depressed? Because depressed, you would have to be clinically tried for, technically.
Diagnosed
Yeah.
with depression.
Yeah.
And it's, again, even a lot of doctors nowadays are taking it very easy. They just want to like
Give the
diagnose
pill.
you
Even a
with depression.
diagnosis can be
Even-
wrong. Like,
Even that,
Oh.
or they just like do it pretty quickly,
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
ADHD. Everybody has ADHD. Do you really?
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe not. But
Well, also people need to know the common things that are okay. Like, what are the limits of things? So people, there was an article I was reading, and someone says there is such a thing as excessive sweating, and you should check a doctor if you are, right? Okay, what is excessive sweating? We don't know that yet. We don't
yeah,
know
what is the
excessive
line?
right? What is the line
yeah.
drawn to where I should go see the doctor? You know, you can ask someone that's not active and they had just ran 1,000 steps today, and they're sweating, and they're just like, I'm not used to this. I feel weird.
I have a condition.
Right? But someone else, like an athlete, sweats all the time. Where's his line? You know?
or you just live in Qatar.
Yeah, so
Literally.
exactly.
Sweat by
Everybody
being
has-
alive.
That's what you're trying to get to? Is this
Dude,
a
I used to
promotion?
wear 5 shirts a day.
Is this an
Take it out.
advertisement?
Huh?
Why did you?
Visit Qatar.
Why
No,
did you
just
even
too hot.
wear a shirt at that point?
I know. Just take it off.
You're
It's
just gonna shirtless all the time.
Actually, a lot of people, you don't see the sun anymore. You don't even go out. That's what comes down to.
You see my point, though.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
The line is drawn. So, like, same thing for sadness, depression, anger,
That's true.
anything.
Yeah. As long as you don't sweat from your palms.
We're not taught. We're not, yeah, see, the thing is, we're not taught how to draw the line.
I know.
Where the line is or what the measurement is.
Yeah. I
So
know.
that's why we're quick, I think, to jump to depression. And doctors are helping with that. Because they're just
do that too.
prescribing.
Yeah. I know.
You know, excessive sweating. Oh, you have anxiety. What?
Mhm. Yeah.
You know? And instead of explaining that anxiety can come in a normal function, by the way.
Yeah.
They just tell you have anxiety, here's pills.
Doctor if you're a doctor back
an
in
issue.
the day, your family has or a couple of families that have one family doctor.
Yes.
They see them, they know them.
They know them since birth, basically.
Right now, what happens is that you only have 15 minutes with the doctor. He doesn't really know anything about you. Maybe he's checks some old lab, I don't know, results from, but he
We
doesn't
hope
really
to God
know you.
that your past primary had wrote some notes.
So
you.
just by whatever you said in these 15 minutes or 5 minutes, he's going to diagnose you with something. That's not really productive all the time. It's ideally you need to have a
There's gonna
family
be some
doctor, but
mistakes.
then even then, that's
The way I look at it
there's
is
enough
like
doctors in the world.
it's like a multiple choice question for a final exam. There's 100 questions, and you just circle C because 50-50, bro. You know,
And there's this
C could dominate in this test. I don't know.
there's a syndrome, I forgot what it's called, when a doctor just reads about a neurological disease, for example. And then after that, you see that same doctor. There was a study made on this. I forgot all the statistics. But you see the same doctor diagnosing more people based on that article that he read. So it's kind of like,
Is that Munchausen syndrome?
I honestly forgot.
What the
Again,
hell?
I just, my
So
memory
there's
is
some
terrible.
sort of bias then.
No, not bias, but it's just like if I don't know how to say it. If you study if I just read an article about something and then I get 5 patients kind of around the same topic, I tend to diagnose them towards whatever I read. It's pretty common in the
It's like
medical field.
confirmation bias in a sense, but not really.
There's a term for it, but again,
Yeah.
I keep forgetting terms. But yeah, it's weird, which is interesting.
I feel like it's like that thing where you see like a yellow, let's say Chevrolet, and then all of a sudden you,
You
start
just see
seeing
them
yellow
everywhere.
Chevrolets.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's true.
Like
Something
when you
that,
when you
yeah.
get a Honda Civic and everybody has Honda Civic.
Exactly.
Well, actually, Honda Civics are just everywhere now, but
That's true.
They've always been everywhere.
I don't
That's
know
just
who
a Honda
drives the Honda
Civic
Civic. Stupid.
dude, man.
ZAID does. So sorry. I actually love it. I like
It's a great car.
Yeah, it's nice.
So the boy here actually has gotten pretty famous. He's been on news channels in the past couple of
Oh,
months.
wow.
He's built up a name for himself. You know, hopefully he's not blacklisted or anything, but the man has he is safe.
Safe?
Yeah, he is safe, and he's back with us now. I was kind of worried for him because he was out in the territories of occupancy.
Occupation land.
You know?
Ah, yes.
The man here had actually gracefully traveled to Jerusalem and visited the Grand Mosque of Al-Aqsa.
Been to Palestine.
He met a lot of his people there that are fans that are, you were telling me, are just beautiful souls. They're amazing people. They took care of you. You know, they're telling him like, you're going to sleep here tonight, you know, that kind of stuff.
No, in a good way.
To my surprise, like, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are just, they're not negative. They're so positive. They always have hope, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. After everything they've been going
Yeah,
through,
I don't know
it's
if most of my followers even know what the hell is going on in Palestine, but as much as we like to exist, we kind of don't,
What's that experience
in a
like?
sense. You know?
What is that experience like, going back to the homeland?
It was not back. I've never been.
Oh,
No,
you never been?
no, just once. I mean,
Okay.
just that time. None of my, so I'm Palestinian Canadian. My dad's Palestinian, mom's Canadian. Everybody on my dad's side are Palestinian. None of them visited Palestine because they can't. They want to, but they can't.
Can I tell them how you did it?
Sure. What do you mean?
So
how?
this guy was like, this is how I found out. He was like, I told my dad I'm gonna go pray, but I didn't tell him where.
That was a
and he
video.
FaceTimes him from there.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Kind of. Most of my family, yeah, but not my dad. I just did that for
the
That's
a video.
incredible.
But most of my family members, yeah, they didn't know. I just like sent them a video of me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It's so weird because that trip was honestly the best trip I've ever, the best place I've ever been.
Was it a
in
dream?
My life. It was a dream come true just because, and I feel bad at the same time because I'm so privileged to visit Palestine, not because I'm Palestinian, it's because of my white Canadian passport. So I'm so happy that I could visit, but at the same time, I'm like, I feel bad. I feel shitty.
It's a mix of emotions because of all the
Honestly,
It
suffering.
feels so terrible. And the way they treat me, just because I look kind of white, is terrible. So I'm walking with another Arab, brown-looking Arab. They look at him. They treat him like. So I'm walking around. I see a full-on soldier with a huge gun.
IDF soldier, by the way.
Yeah, IOF. They're they're treating people like shit. They're talking down on them. They sometimes, slap them every now. It's okay,
Just
if they feel
calm day to day.
threatened by whatever, they can literally kill you if they want to.
Yeah.
But when they see me, they smile. They try to shake my hand. It's just like what, like
Yeah.
that's my friend, by the way, that are just like hit on the ground. But it's okay because you look kind of different, and that's how they treat you because they don't know my name. I have an Arabic name. At the airport, they got hella confused. They're like, okay, you're kind of white, you're Canadian, we got an Arabic name. So what's going, where should we put this guy?
Maybe I'm a mix of different things.
They don't like that. Now, we're not talking about Jews now. We're going to make this thing very clear.
Yeah.
We're talking about Israelis.
Okay.
And those are two separate things.
100%.
Because a lot of people think if you talk about Israel, then you're anti-Semitic. How could I be anti-Semitic when I'm Semitic?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a stupid argument.
That's the dumbest argument
People
of
who
all
say
time.
that don't know anything about what they're talking
Semitic.
about.
What does Semitic mean?
People from Middle Eastern lands or something.
Yeah, we're
Well,
like
based off native language, yes.
Arabic and Hebrew. They're based off the same branch. We're basically speaking kind of the same language in a way.
Yeah.
So I am I'm half Semitic. I'm half Palestinian. Jews are Semitic, right? Because Palestinians are Semitic. Jews are Semitic as well.
Yeah.
So we have nothing against Jews. It's not about religion. It's some. Even Biden said that you don't have to be a Jew to become Israeli, or you don't have to be a Jew to become a Zionist.
It's a matter of human race rights. That's it.
Yeah, it's
It defies every law of human rights.
see, it's a bunch of
That's it.
very,
Very simple.
very. What's the right word? I don't want to say.
There was a lot of rich history as to what happened for the operation to even begin.
Yeah, there's an
Right.
incredible.
There's so
amount of
many
history.
moving parts. There's a lot of people that are dead now, and it's just cycling through. Think of it this way. If we built a society that is inherently lazy, even when it comes to studying, they're going to have a limit to where they can get historically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we stop there and we're these lazy beings when it comes to being educated, then you're not going to get the full picture. And that's what I mean by they're just faster than us at recreating the history. They know majority are not going to visit that.
They can't.
You kind of can. I visited a bunch of that stuff, There's a lot of things that I could talk about where no one's going to understand it because they just haven't read into it as much.
Yeah.
And it starts off with what type of people that culture is. And we're talking about from the 1600s, right? Tell me that first, and then we'll go up the scale because right now we're in 2023. But no one's going to do that work. There's very specific people in the world that speak about it daily that have done that work. So imagine, right? You have the person that wrote the book, right? For example, just call it a book or a course, whatever. And they all learn it like the back of their hand, okay? and then you present it to outsiders, everyone's going to be like, eh. Why would I read something that's like 4 million pages, right?
Yeah.
But you're just being raised, in a sense, with that mentality on that side of culture. So when we get it and we start looking into it, we just give up. They're going to dominate in an argument sense for most part, because we publicly only have 1 to 2 hours with, mind you, 3 or 4 scholars at this thing, because nobody's been through it.
Yeah,
Nobody's been down that education line.
A lot of people are just ignorant.
There's a lot to learn, but
There's a lot to learn.
the thing is like this. This is what I have to say about the whole Palestine, like Israel situation, is that we got to stop acting like we don't know that we're acting a damn fool. Okay? Because
100%.
if you knew the truth of every single thing, then the only logical sense would be the only answer, which is,
What do you mean by we, though?
what do you mean?
What do you mean
Humans,
by we?
the human race.
Okay.
The human race. There's only one logic, right? There's facts and then there's lies. Always. Okay? There's always facts and there's lies.
I see what you mean, but from the perspective
me?
of different sects
Yes.
of human beings.
But here's the thing. This is what I'm trying to say. When you take a fact and you go measure it with logic, it should be logical. But in order to know the facts, you have to do some studying.
Sure.
That's it. That's all I'm trying to say.
Sure.
So logic, it just gets defied daily. That's how I see it. And
Yeah.
this man did wonders by going there.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
What
Trying to
else
see
have you
what's up,
noticed
you know?
from there?
The way of life. The way of life
so, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've been watching the news since I was young, obviously. I've been seeing the occupation. Seeing it firsthand is way different. So you see a bunch of people, teenagers, I swear to God, there's young people, they don't even have like a beard yet. I don't know if they even hit puberty. They're so young. They're walking around with huge guns, obviously, because they're Israelis. Because they have the right to defend themselves. Define that the way you want. Palestinians, on the other hand,
Sounds like police officers here.
the Palestinians, on the other hand, you can't hold anything. You can't even go out with a I don't know, like a spoon, for example, anything that could be a little bit sharp.
Yeah.
And they have the right to shoot you and kill you.
We call that apartheid.
We call that apartheid. We call that an occupation. It's very clear. And if you want to define it, however you want to define it, okay. If you want to go to like whatever the UN said, okay, you guys, Palestine here, Israel here. Okay, if you want to live by that, whatever. But they're not even doing that. They're literally taking more houses every single day. The East Jerusalem part should be for Palestinians according to their laws, right? According to the UN, which is the US. But they're taking houses, they're removing people from there. They have 100% control over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a Palestinian, you can't even, right now there's a new law, I don't know if you've heard of it. You can't get married. You can't get married unless Israel proves it as a Palestinian.
Damn, are you serious?
Which is like,
That reminds me
can I
of?
love someone without you approving? What the hell is this?
Reminds me of the Third Reich. And this is very interesting because it's floated around in my head. It's like, how can a people, regardless of the circumstance and the history, how can a people who's been through that type of scenario go on and then
replicate.
inflict it on another type of people? And this goes back to the saying of the raped often becomes the rapist. And that's a real phenomenon that,
Again, we're not
occurs.
talking about all Jews here.
Of course, yeah.
Because a lot of people think that we're talking about, it's not Judaism against Islam. It's never that.
Yeah.
Because Christians are being affected by this too. And a lot of Jews as well. I do have a lot of Jew friends, but they're against Israel, the state of Israel.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gray area in that. Yeah.
So Israel doesn't mean Judaism. Judaism doesn't mean Israel. We got to make that clear because it's like there are some bad Muslims, there are some good Muslims. There are some good Christians, bad Christians. There's ISIS, man. Who loves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, who loves ISIS? Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So ISIS,
hell?
bad. Muslims, good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Israel, bad. Jews, good. You know, that's how I define it.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think during general communication or like discussions, we say words that group things. So like
Exactly.
they and them.
Exactly.
So we don't actually say,
That's
but
why a lot of Jews, when
There's
they
a lot
hear
of
the word,
miscommunication, right?
okay, Israel is a terroristic state, they're like, no, they're not, because they feel like you're bashing Judaism.
Because they're linked, like
Kind of linked,
by
yeah.
default, almost.
But like you got to differentiate between the two.
yeah.
Like if you're bashing Saudi, that doesn't mean you're bashing Islam. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dude,
It's
I
two
had
different
someone say that Muslims are whack. Muslims suck because they only love themselves and they think they are the chosen ones to go to heaven. And I'm like, by the way, this is someone that doesn't know I'm Muslim.
That's always funny.
Yeah, I'm
that's
like,
always hilarious.
I'm like,
Just
where did you get
fundamentally
that
it's so
from?
funny because I now know that since you can't even determine that I am Muslim, that means that do you know? Like,
Yeah, and where did you hear that from? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't read the Quran. I'm pretty sure, like, you know what I mean?
No, that type of person doesn't educate.
Yeah,
themselves.
it's,
no,
it's
no.
just like you heard it from somewhere, and
The
that,
thing is
it's just
that-
repeating it.
yeah, it was an older Jewish lady, but nothing against that. You know, I was just like, the way I see those approaches is that you are stupid. You're ignorant. I don't know. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
That's all you,
you
can
got
do.
more reading
Yeah.
to do or something.
yeah.
But it's like that's an older lady. You know, I'm like.
Yeah, I always try to like sit because everyone.
Well, the thing is, I was like, I could say the same thing about Judaism. Like from some lens, I could
Yeah,
say
yeah,
the same thing. You know,
try to-
you are the chosen one.
Yeah, again,
You know?
like,
but
try
we
to
can
look at the
see
big
that
picture.
in any sense, and it's kind of like that's just the religious movement happening. You know, when people say like, "This is the way," please bow to your God. This is our God. You know,
Because if you read,
it seems like it's one direction. You know,
Mm.
so I don't know what it is, but people are crazy sometimes.
I always go back to the source. Don't listen to other Muslims. Listen to the source.
Yeah.
Don't listen to other Jews. Listen, like go back to the source.
That's another huge thing that I dislike. Is when you learn through TikToks and learn through Reddit and
Yeah.
learn through, you know,
Yeah.
instead of talking to people or talking to the scholars, getting into communities that are actually heavily influenced with people that have studied and
Yeah.
done their job. You know,
Yeah, we don't
that's different. When you read about it, you go, and it starts to really settle confusing.
because
thoughts.
everybody has a platform.
and
now.
you start thinking of like,
Yeah.
but my homie said this. But who the hell's your homie?
yeah,
Nobody.
exactly.
Like.
What did he study? What
But
did
the,
he do?
but
Yeah,
the
yeah,
book, the guy that lived 73 years to solve this, gave me it. So it's like he's way more correct.
Yeah, yeah. Again, research. We're all learning. Just keep learning.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming on. This has been a wonderful time, and to be
This was
honest, I've
actually
actually
fast.
enjoyed just hanging out with you more.
Dude, huh?
It goes by quick, huh?
I haven't seen him in
does,
7 years.
When he told me it's an hour,
Yeah.
I'm like, what? An hour?
So yeah, to the audience, dude, I haven't seen
7
him in
years,
7
huh?
years. He just
Where
randomly
was
was
that?
like,
Turkey, I guess.
not even Turkey, bro. It was literally when I lived in
In
Qatar.
Qatar. Wow. Yeah.
Damn.
Ah,
7 years,
Really?
even more.
It's been 25 years.
Dude, I don't know.
Oh my!
Don't tell me when we recorded that video.
Bro, it's been 12 years.
Seriously?
I swear to God.
Because every time you visit anywhere, I'm like, okay, I'll see you there. But
Yeah,
then
but we
just
never
nothing
happened.
works out. and
Exactly.
just- yeah.
Dude, it's been 12 years,
Never
but it's
works
like
out.
the day I saw him, it was like we just picked up.
Exactly. It's just like
We just
we've
picked up
seen
right
each
where
other.
we
Yeah,
were.
that's
It was
cool.
perfect.
Beautiful cousins.
Yeah, man. What a great time.
We'll
never
include
thought
all
I'd
of
be
your
here.
social links down below.
Yeah, 100%. Go ahead and follow him at It's Bandage on TikTok and Instagram. He also has a YouTube, had because he hasn't uploaded in a while. At It's Bandage. Go ahead and follow him, guys. He has lovely content. It's actually some of the best. It's very family friendly and amazing.
Thank
Good
you.
quality.
I actually enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah.
First podcast.
First
Love it.
podcast ever.
Love
We're
it.
breaking everyone's cherry, popping it.
Love it.
You guys, you can follow us at the 2 AM Podcast on YouTube and all major social media platforms, like what are some? I don't know, Instagram, Twitter,
TikTok.
Check the links below,
Check the
I
links
guess.
below. You know, we'll send it out there. Guys, pick up your Vital Red Light using the code 2 AM to save 15% off any device you want
All links below.
to just nourish your life, nourish your skin, and just keep dreaming. You know. Okay. Anyway, guys, we will catch you next time. It has been lovely. Peace. Bye.